Welcome back, dear students. Today we are going to study about the partnership adjustment. We have started with the introduction of the partnership. We have finished with that. Then we have started with the partnership final account. In that we have studied about the trading account, profit and loss account, and the balance sheet. Now today we will start with the various adjustment in the partnership final account. So let's see what are the adjustments that we have to record in the partnership final account. Now let's see the various adjustments which are to be recorded in the partnership final account. Let's begin with the closing stock which is not sold during the year, that is the closing stock. Outstanding expenses, the expenses which are not paid during the years, due but not paid in the current year. Prepaid expenses, expenses which are paid in a current year but it is paid for the next year. That are the prepaid expenses, that means paid for more than 12 months, that is considered as the prepaid expenses. It is paid for the next year. Income received in advance, so income is received more than the current year. Current year is consisting of the 12 months. We have received the income more than 12 months, that means for the next year income we have received in the current year, that is considered as the income in advance. Income receivable, income receivable means we have worked but we have not received the income, that means we have not received the income for the current year, that means not received for the 12 months income. So if we have worked for the 12 months, we should get the income for the 12 months. So instead of getting the income for 12 months, suppose we have got the income for the 10 or 11 months. So it is for 1 or 2 months, it is a income receivable. Bad debts. Bad debt is a loss because of the debtors. If the debtors refuse to pay back the amount due to them, then it is considered as the bad debts. It is a one type of the loss and that is a permanent loss. Provision for doubtful debts. We are not certain whether the debtors are going to make the payment of the debts or not. So for that, in a reserve we will keep certain amounts, that is known as the provision for the doubtful debts. Reserve for discount on the debtors and creditors. Certain discount is to be given to the debtors so that they can make the payment of the debts easily in a cash, and creditors, we get the discount from the creditors so that we can make payment easily to the creditors if we get the discount. Depreciation is normally charged on the fixed assets due to the wear and tear of the assets. That means we are making the use of the assets every year, and because of the use the assets get depreciated. It is a loss, that is a depreciation on the fixed assets we have to provide every year for the 12 months. Interest on capital, drawings and loan, that we already studied in the partners capital account method. Interest on investment and loan given. Investment is always the assets and loan given is also the assets. It is not the taken but given, and whenever the loan is given to somebody it is assets for that. So both are the assets. On that we have to see how to provide the interest. Goods destroyed by the fire or lost by theft or any other incident, and for that there are the two options given. If we have taken the insurance policy, then it is the goods insured, and we have not taken the insurance policy, then what are the effects for that in case of the uninsured goods? Uninsured goods means we have not taken the insurance policy. Now see the first one, the goods distributed as a free sample. Goods distributed as a free sample means the goods are given as a free to the customers or the common people so that it is easy to do the advertisement for the goods, and there is a one kind of the marketing strategies followed by the organization to increase their sales. So that is the goods distributed as a free sample is nothing but the advertisement. Goods withdrawn by the partner, that is we have already seen in the partners capital method that the goods withdrawn by the partner is nothing but the drawings. Unrecorded purchase and unrecorded sales. Sometimes we have purchased the goods and sold the goods but we forgot to write in the books of accounts. That is considered as the unrecorded purchase and unrecorded sales. Already conducted the sales and purchase, but we have not recorded in the books of accounts. Capital expenditure includes in the revenue expenditure. Capital expenditures are those expenditure which gives the benefit for the long period of time, say more than the 10 to 15 years. That is considered as the capital expenditure. Normally the purchase of fixed assets is considered as the capital expenditure. For example, if you have purchased the furniture, plant and machinery, computer, motor car, motor van, then these all are going to give us the benefit for the long period of time. That is why these all are considered as the capital expenditure. So in other words, we can see that all the assets are the example of the capital expenditure. Besides that, the revenue expenditure, which gives benefit for the short period of time, say 1 month, 2 months, not more than that, or day-to-day expenditures are considered as the revenue expenditure. For example, salary wages given to the workers, officers, printing and stationery, electricity, any other expenses which are required to run the day-to-day business, that is considered as the revenue expenditure which gives the benefit for the short period of time and the recurring in the nature, whereas the capital expenditure are the non-recurring in the nature. Non-recurring means those who are not occurring frequently, जो बार बार नहीं होते हैं उनको कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर बोलते हैं, और जो रोज हर दिन हम करते हैं जो बार बार एक्सपेंसेस होते हैं उसको रेवेन्यू एक्सपेंसेस बोलते हैं. फिक्स एसेट्स हम 10 साल में या 7 साल में या 15 साल में एक बार खरीदते हैं तो फिक्स एसेट्स को कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर बोलते हैं. जबकि प्रिंटिंग एंड स्टेशनरी, पोस्टेज एंड टेलीग्राम, ट्रैवलिंग एंड कन्वेंस, ऑडिट फीस, लीगल फीस, whatever are the charges are there that we are making the payment regular basis or on the daily basis, that are considered as the revenue expenditure. So capital expenditure is wrongly included in the revenue expenditure. The concept is misinterpreted. Vice versa, the revenue expenditure is included in the capital expenditure. We will see the adjustment for that. Bills receivable dishonored. So whatever we have to receive from the debtors, for that we have drawn the bill, that is known as the bills receivable, and now the debtor is not supposed to pay any amount to us, so that bill is got dishonored. The due date, debtor has not made the payment of the bill. Bill receivable is normally drawn on the debtors. बिल जो हमने डेटर पे ड्रॉ किया था, डेटर्स को हमने जब क्रेडिट पे गुड्स बेचा है तभी हमको डेटर से पैसे लेने हैं, और जब हमको डेटर से पैसे लेने हैं तो हमारे पास रिटर्न में प्रूफ होता है, उस प्रूफ को बोला जाता है बिल्स रिसीवेबल. जब डेटर्स पैसे नहीं देता तब बिल रिसीवेबल क्या हो जाता है, डिसऑनर्ड. डिसऑनर्ड मतलब ड्यू डेट, जिस दिन पे पैसे देने थे डेटर्स को उस दिन डेटर्स ने पैसे बिल के नहीं दिए तो बिल क्या हो गया, डिसऑनर्ड. सो वी आर गोइंग टू सी दैट ऑल्सो. बिल्स पेएबल डिसऑनर्ड, जब हमने गुड्स क्रेडिट पे खरीदा था क्रेडिटर्स से तो हमने भी लिख के दिया था, दैट इज कंसिडर एज द बिल्स पेएबल, कि हम उस दिन पे आपको पेमेंट देंगे, बट ड्यू डेट पे हमारे पास पैसे नहीं थे और there are so many reasons because of that we have dishonored the bill, so we have not paid the bill of the creditors, that is known as the bills payable dishonored. Deferred expenses, deferred expenses is considered as the expenses which are done in a current period but it is going to give us the benefit for the 2 to 3 years, that is considered as the deferred revenue expenditure. For example, if we do the painting on the wall, so painting we have done in a current year, but we will get the benefit for the 2 to 3 years, so more than 2 to 3 years, that is considered as a deferred revenue expenditure. Capital receipt included in the revenue receipt. Capital receipt are those receipts which we are not getting regularly. For example, when we sell the fixed assets and whatever we get the receipt in the form of profit, that is considered as the capital receipt. It is wrongly included in revenue receipt. That means whenever we are selling the goods we are selling on a regular basis. So goods are going to give us a regular income. The sale of good is a revenue receipt, whereas the sale of asset is a capital receipt. So गलती से capital receipt किस में चला गया है, revenue receipt में, तो उसको क्या बोलेंगे, capital receipt included in the revenue receipt. Vice versa means now that's a reverse thing. Revenue receipt is wrongly included in the capital receipt. Commission to the working partner on the basis of gross profit, or net sales. That also we have seen in the partners capital method account. Commission or salary to the partners. So partnership firm definitely pays to the partner. So it is the income for the partner and it is the expense for the partnership firm. So these are the few adjustments we are going to see in this partnership final account for this year. As I have already discussed earlier with you that to prepare the final account we require a trial balance. Trial balance is consisting of the two balances, debit balances and the credit balances. Debit balances is normally recorded on the asset side or on the debit side of the trading account, profit and loss account or a balance sheet depending upon the nature of the balances including the partner's capital or current account, whereas the credit balances are recorded on the liability side as well as on the income side of the trading account or profit and loss account or a partner's capital or current account depending upon the nature. Besides that, some silent adjustments are there or hidden adjustments are there in the final account that we have to see, and you have to keep it in the mind that every adjustment must have the two effects, that is the debit effect and the credit effect. We are never going to give the similar effect to the adjustment, that means credit and debit never recorded. It is always recorded in the form of the debit effect and the credit effect. If we have given the debit effect of the adjustment, then now we have to give the credit effect. That means every time whenever we are recording the transaction in the, that is the adjustment in the books of account, at that time for the every adjustment we have to give the two effects, debit effect and the credit effect. Let's see the various adjustment of the partnership final account. First one is the closing stock which is not sold during the year. In that it has a power to convert it into the cash. That means the goods can be sold easily and that can be converted into the cash. That is why it is considered as the assets. Anything which is easily converted into the cash can be considered as the asset. So closing stock is the asset. So first answer we have tried in the balance sheet asset side. Second thing, the closing stock is consisting of the goods and the goods account is a trading account. So it is at the end of the year. So it is to be recorded in the trading account credit side as a closing stock. Next year on the next day it is going to be the opening stock. So it is normally recorded on the credit side of the trading account for the current year as a closing stock. Outstanding expenses, as I said, outstanding expenses, the expenses which are due but not paid. I said due but not paid means we have enjoyed the benefit but we have not paid for that. हमने उसका बेनिफिट लिया है बट हमने उसको पे नहीं किया, तो उसको आउटस्टैंडिंग एक्सपेंसेस बोला जाता है. It is to be outstanding rule is it is to be added in the items which shows the outstanding. If it is a wages outstanding, then it is added to the wages. If it is a salary outstanding, it is added to the salary. If it is a insurance outstanding, it is added to the insurance. It is a rule of the outstanding expenses. On whichever item it is outstanding, it is to be added in that particular item only. For example, rent is to be paid for the 12 months because the current year is for the 12 months. But we have paid the rent only for the 10 months. So now we have to pay the rent for 2 months. So 2 months we have to add in the rent. That is why the rule of the outstanding expenses is to add to the particular expenses on the debit side of the trading account or profit and loss account depending upon the nature of the expense. If it is a wages, then it will go to the trading account. If it is a factory insurance, it will add it to the factory insurance trading account. But it is an insurance, then it is recorded in the profit and loss account. And the second answer will go to the balance sheet liability side because it is a due, it is a not paid, it is still payable. So whatever is a payable, that is all considered as the liabilities. So it is to be recorded as a liability on the balance sheet liability side. Prepaid expenses. Expenses paid more than for the current year. Current year we have paid. Current year का 12 महीने का expenditure we have paid. but we have paid more than current year. That means we have paid for the next year in the current year. What I said, it is a clear. We have paid for the next year. हमने अगले साल का पे किया current year में. So it is not the expense of the current year, but it is the expense to the future, that is for the next year, and we have paid in a current year, that is a prepaid. Prepaid is not related to the current year, so definitely rule for the prepaid is whichever item it is related, it is deducted from that particular item because it is not related to the current year. So first of all, deduct from the particular expenses on the debit side of the trading account or profit and loss account. If the wages are prepaid, that means wages are paid for the 14 months instead of 12 months. So we have paid extra. For that 2 months extra, we have to minus from the wages. Similarly, for the audit fees, if we have paid the audit fees for the 13 months, that means we have paid 1 month extra. That is for the next year. So what we have to do? We have to less. That is the prepaid expenses. First answer is deduct from the particular expenses to which it is related. And second thing, we have paid in advance, तो अभी हमको देना नहीं है, हम अभी देंगे नहीं, हम दे चुके हैं ऑलरेडी एडवांस में, तो वो हमारे लिए क्या होगा? एसेट. सो इट इज कंसिडर्ड एज द बैलेंस शीट एसेट साइड. इनकम रिसीव्ड इन एडवांस, दैट मीन्स द इनकम विच we have received for the current year as well as for the next year. As per the rule, we should get the income only for the current year. But we got the income not only for the current year, but we got the income for the next year also. That is considered as the income received in advance. Again, the same answer. It is not for the current year, it is for the next year received in advance, so it is not the current year income, so less from the income, whichever income is given, whether the discount received, commission received, any other income is given, from that particular income we have to less because it is not for the current year and we have received in the income as an advance. So advance income is always considered as a liability because we have not worked for that, but we got the income. So we have to work in the future for that income. That is why it is considered as the liability. Income receivable, that is outstanding income. Income, we have put the efforts, but we have not received the income for that. For example, we have worked for the entire current year, that is for the 12 months, but we got the income only for the 10 months. That means for the 2 months income is still receivable. When I say the word receivable, all the receivables are considered as the assets. Automatically first answer you have to write the asset side first because it is a receivable, लेने का बाकी है. And second thing, it is to be added to the income. Why? Because it is a current year's outstanding. Current year का नहीं मिला है, जो लेना बाकी है, तो current year के 12 महीने अभी तक complete नहीं हुआ है. So 12 months we have to complete by adding in that. So current income receivable is to be added to the particular income of the current year. So first answer is add to the particular income. And second answer, अभी भी लेने का बाकी है, still receivable, so it is a assets. Bad debts. Bad debt is considered as a loss. So when we say the loss, definitely it will affect to the profit and loss. Loss is to be recorded on the debit side, so bad debts will go to the debit side. Now this bad debts is normally given in the trial balance. So whatever we are seeing in the adjustment is not the bad debts, but it is a new bad debts or a further bad debts. मैंने जो बोला वो क्लियर है. Bad debts is given in a trial balance. So उसका एक ही आंसर होता है प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट डेबिट साइड. अब हम एडजस्टमेंट जो पढ़ रहे हैं वो बैड डेब्ट्स नहीं है, वो नया बैड डेब्ट्स है या तो फर्दर बैड डेब्ट्स है. वापिस हमको बैड डेब्ट्स हुआ, पहले हमको हो चुका था, अभी वापिस हमको बैड डेब्ट्स हुआ. सो बैड डेब्ट्स में बैड डेब्ट्स को क्या करेंगे? ऐड. और वापिस किसने पैसे नहीं दिए? डेटर्स ने पैसे नहीं दिए और देने वाला भी नहीं है, तो डेटर्स में से क्या होगा? लेस. सो पहला आंसर बैड डेब्ट्स था, उसमें वापिस बैड डेब्ट्स हुआ. So what we have to do? Add into the bad debts and less from the debtors, as the debtor has not paid the amount, so it is a reduce the debtors amount, so less from the debtors on the balance sheet asset side. I hope that it is clear. So further bad debts or additional bad debts, वापिस bad debts हुआ, we suffered again from the bad debts, that is the further bad debts or additional bad debts, add in the existing bad debts in the profit and loss account debit side. Similarly, it is happened because of the debtors. We have not received the amount from the debtors. So what we have to do? Less from the debtors. Debtors are not going to pay us. So just now we have seen the sixth adjustment. Easy. If you remember the rule of that, it is easy to understand. Outstanding, we have to see for the current year. We have to complete 12 months quota. That is if it is more than 12 months, then definitely it is an advance or a prepaid. If it is a less than 12 months, that it is considered as the outstanding. All the receivables are considered as the assets. All the payables are considered as the liabilities. Advances are also considered as the liabilities. These are the certain rules we have to keep it in the mind whenever we are giving the effects for the adjustment. Now let's see the provision for the bad debts, that is a doubtful debts. That if you remember, we have studied about the principles and the principles of accounting. In that we have studied about the certain conventions. That is, in convention it is mentioned that when we are running the business, we have to keep it into mind to the future losses. We have to secure our business with the considering the future losses, and we have to forget about the future profit. So now as a businessman, we should keep it in the mind that the data, certain proportion of the debtors are not going to pay us the amount. So we kept a certain proportion of the debtors in a reserve for doubtful debts. That may be that possible that they may give us the amount back, or they may not give us the amount back, but as a secure future we have kept already in a form of the not recoverable debts. So we have considered it already as a loss. Though it is not actually a loss, it may or may not be the loss depending upon the future situation. That is the meaning for the reserve for doubtful debt. रिजर्व मीन्स हमने जमा किया, डाउटफुल मतलब हमको पता नहीं है, डेप्थ तो फ्यूचर में डेप्थ हो भी सकता है बट नहीं भी हो सकता, बट हम एक अच्छा बिजनेसमैन है फ्रॉम द पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू वी हैव थॉट ऑफ द लॉस, वी हैव कंसिडर एज अ लॉस and then we kept the certain amount in the reserve, that is considered as a reserve for doubtful debt. Short form is a RDD. It is already a bad debts considered, so we have to add into the bad debts again. That means bad debts we have recorded from the trial balance with the one answer. Then we have recorded the further bad debts. Now we are recording the new RDD in the bad debt. So bad debt is consisting with the original bad debts in a add further bad debts in add again the new RDD. In case of the debtors, we have to less because again the amount received from the debtors is going to be reduced. Amount which is receivable from the debtor is going to reduce because we consider that amount as a bad debts. We thought that in the future it is going to be bad debts. That is why we have deducted from the debtors. So again it reduces the debtors. So less from debtors, so sundry debtors, less further bad debts, then less RDD, reserve for the doubtful debt. I hope that this is very much clear to you. Go for the next one, reserve for discount on debtors. The discount is given to the debtors by us. Us means just now we are writing for the partnership firm. So as a firm, we gave the discount to the debtors so that the debtors take the initiative to make the payment of our debts early or in a form of cash, whatever is the convenient, but he should make a payment of our whatever debts amount due from him. So for that we are giving him the discount, and the discount is considered as a reserve for discount on the debtors. Again it is a loss because the debtor is going to reduce. We gave the discount, so debtors हमको उतना कम amount देगा, तो discount हमको क्या हुआ, loss. It will go to the profit and loss. Discount on the debtors. This time we are not going to add in the bad debts because it is not the bad debts. We gave the discount, so it is to be recorded as a discount on a debtors on the debit side of the profit and loss account. because it is a loss. And second thing, वापस debtors कम हो गया, debtors reduces because of discount. So what we have to do? Less from debtors. Now see the sequence. Sequence is first we have recorded sundry debtors, then we have recorded the further bad debts, then we have recorded the RDD, then we have recorded the discount on the debtors. Whatever is there, that is in the balance amount, not on the original amount of the debtors. So sequence we have to keep it in the mind. After what we have to provide. So debtors, after debtors, unrecorded sales is there. After unrecorded sales, dishonored bills receivable is there. Then further bad debts, then RDD, and then discount on debtor is there. The two adjustments we are missing just now, but you have to remember the sequence properly. Then only we will come to the proper amount of the discount on the debtors. So I hope that this is also clear. Discount is to be deducted from the debtors because it reduces the amount receivable from the debtors from the balance sheet asset side. Now the depreciation, already spoke to you. Depreciation is a wear and tear of the asset. That means whatever assets we have used for the 1 year, it reduces by the value because we have used. So it is subject to the reduction in the value of the assets, and once the value of the assets reduces, it is considered as a depreciation loss, permanent loss. We are not going to recover that loss, whatever we have lost in a form of the use of that machinery or any assets. So less from assets. If it is related to the furniture, then less from furniture. If it is related to the plant and machinery, then less from the plant and machinery. So depreciation is to be provided on the assets which is given to you. So it is a less from the assets as it reduces the value of the assets. Balance sheet asset side, less from the assets is a one type of the loss. Remember that I said it is a permanent loss. So it is a loss. That is why we have to record in the profit and loss account debit side. Interest on capital already explained to you. This is now the transaction between the partners and partnership firm. So it is going to affect the partner's capital or current account and the partnership firm's account. Interest on the capital is to be paid by the partnership firm. Firm ने partners को दिया. So for a partner it is a income and for the firm it is a expense. So firm will write in a profit and loss account debit side because it is the expense. And for a partner it is a income. So partner's capital account in case of the fluctuating capital method and partner's current account in case of the fixed capital method credited to the account. That is a credit to the partner's capital account or a current account, not the both account. I said or, not both. So you have to remember. When the capital account, when the method is a fluctuating, and when current account, when the method is a fixed. You can't open the two accounts together to record this transaction, either in the current account or in a capital account depending upon the methods followed for the capital. So interest on the capital, it is the expense for the firm. Firm will write on the profit and loss account debit side and the partners will write in the current or capital account on the credit side because it is the income for them. Now let's continue with the further adjustments. Interest on the drawings. Earlier I also spoke to you regarding this. Interest on the drawing is normally given by the partners to the partnership firm. In that case, it is the expense for the partners. So partners will record in the partner's capital or current account debit side because it is expense for them. Or if we have not opened the current account or capital account, we have directly written the capital and current both the account in the balance sheet liability side. In that case, we have to deduct from the either from the capital account or from the current account depending on the methods followed by the partner. And the second, it is the income for the partnership firm. So it is to be recorded on the credit side of the profit and loss account. You have to keep it in the mind who is giving to whom. If the two people are there, partnership and partnership firm, partners and partnership firm. So if the partner is giving, so for a partner it is expense. If the firm is giving, then it is an expense for the firm. If it is received by the partner, then it is a partner's income. It is received by the firm, then it is a firm income. Just now it is the income for the firm and expense for the partners. Now interest on the loan taken. Who took the loan? Loan is taken by the partnership firm. So for a firm, it is an expense because it is a payable on the loan. So first answer, it will go to the profit and loss account debit side because it is an expense. The partnership firm has to make the payment on the loan taken, interest payment on the loan taken. It is to be made by the partnership firm. So for a firm, it is an expense, so they will record on the debit side of the profit and loss account. Similarly, it is to be recorded on the balance sheet liability side, so it is to be added in the loan. It is a rule for the interest that it is to be added on the things on which it is charged. It is a rule of the interest that it is to be added in that particular item on which it is to be charged. ये इंटरेस्ट का रूल है, जिस पे भी चार्ज होता है उसी में क्या होता है, ऐड. अगर वो ड्राइंग्स पे चार्ज होता है तो ड्राइंग्स में क्या होगा, ऐड. अगर वो कैपिटल पे चार्ज होता है तो कैपिटल में क्या होता है, ऐड. उसी तरह बैंक लोन में चार्ज होता है तो किस में ऐड होगा, बैंक लोन में क्या होता है, ऐड. दैट इज द रूल ऑफ द इंटरेस्ट ऑन एनी आइटम. इंटरेस्ट का वर्ड जब भी आया देन यू टू कीप इट इन द माइंड, जिस पे चार्ज हुआ उसी में पहले क्या करना है, ऐड. कभी किस पे चार्ज हुआ है, लोन टेकन, सो इट इज बैलेंस शीट लायबिलिटी साइड लोन टेकन, लोन लिया जो हमको वापस करना पड़ेगा, सो वो लायबिलिटीज होता है. सो लायबिलिटीज में जाके क्या हो जाएगा, ऐड टू द लोन टेकन ऑन द बैलेंस शीट लायबिलिटी साइड. Interest on investment or loan given. Investment and loan given both are the assets. Investment is the assets. Similarly the loan given. हमने लोन दिया. हमने मीन्स किसने, पार्टनरशिप फर्म ने दूसरों को लोन दिया. So इस बार पार्टनरशिप फर्म को इंटरेस्ट मिलेगा. मैंने रूल क्या सिखाया था, जिस पे भी चार्ज होगा उसी में क्या करना है, ऐड. So पहले वो क्या है, इनकम. क्यों, बिकॉज पार्टनरशिप को मिलेगा इंटरेस्ट. सो इट इज टू बी इनकम, क्रेडिट साइड ऑफ द प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट. सेकेंड आंसर, बैलेंस शीट एसेट साइड, इट इज टू बी एडेड इन द लोन गिवन और इन्वेस्टमेंट. इन्वेस्टमेंट में या तो लोन गिवन में क्या हो जाएगा, एड. इंश्योर्ड गुड्स डिस्ट्रॉयड बाय द फायर. अब आप वर्ड सुनिए, इंश्योर्ड, जिसका इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी निकाला है वो गुड्स जल गया, या किसी ने चोरी किया, या तो हमने ट्रांजिट में उसको घुमाया, या डैमेज हुआ, जो भी हुआ, बट गुड्स का क्या हुआ है, लॉस, और इसका इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी हमने निकाला था. पहले मैंने क्या बोला था, गुड्स का अकाउंट कौन सा होता है, ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट. गुड्स कम्स इन और गोज आउट, दैट मीन्स इट इज टू बी रिकॉर्डेड ऑन द क्रेडिट साइड ऑफ द ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट बिकॉज द गुड्स आर गोइंग आउट. गुड्स का अकाउंट ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट, सो इट इज टू बी रिकॉर्डेड इन द ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट, क्रेडिट साइड. सेकेंड, जब गुड्स जल गया तब इंश्योरेंस कंपनी से लोग वेरीफाई करने को आएंगे कि सच में जला है कि जानबूझ के जला है. देन दे विल गिव द एश्योरेंस कि हम उतने पैसे आपको देंगे. सो अगर 10,000 का गुड्स जला है तो टोटल गुड्स कितने का गया, 10,000 का. तो ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट में कितना लिखेंगे, 10,000, बिकॉज 10,000 का गुड्स गया. इंश्योरेंस कंपनी इज गोइंग टू पे ओनली 8,000 रुपीज. देने वाली है, देना दिया नहीं है. So claim is a receivable. Insurance claim receivable is to be recorded on the balance sheet asset side because it is not received, it is receivable. 8,000 rupees. अब गुड्स चल गया 10,000 का, इंश्योरेंस कंपनी देने वाली है 8,000 रुपीज. कितने नहीं मिले पैसे हमको, 2,000 rupees we have not received. If not received, it is a loss. Then it will go to the profit and loss account, debit side 2,000 rupees. So in entirely we gave only the two effects, debit effect and the credit effect. But this time we gave the two debit effect, 8,000 for the assets and 2,000 for the loss. So first answer is trading account, credit side, goods are going out, loss 10,000 rupees. Second answer, balance sheet, asset side, insurance claim receivable 8,000 rupees. Third answer is profit and loss account, debit side, because it is a loss. So I hope that this transaction I have explained very clearly to you. You have understood this. If you have not understood, then you give me the queries in a group. Uninsured goods destroyed by the fire. अब uninsured का मतलब क्या होता है कि गुड्स क्या हुआ है, डिस्ट्रॉय हुआ है, बट हमने इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी नहीं निकाला. अब हमने अगर इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी नहीं निकाला है तो हमको इंश्योरेंस कंपनी क्लेम देने वाली है कि नहीं देने वाली? नहीं देने वाली। जब हमको इंश्योरेंस कंपनी क्लेम नहीं देने वाली है तो हमको क्या हुआ? लॉस। सो लॉस किधर जाएगा? प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट डेबिट साइड, बिकॉज इट इज अ लॉस। और क्या गया? गुड्स गया। गुड्स का अकाउंट कौन सा है? ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट। गुड्स कम्स इन और गोज आउट, दैट इज वाई ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट क्रेडिट साइड and profit and loss account debit side. Why debit? Because it is a loss. And why credit side? Because the goods are going out from the trading account. So uninsured goods destroyed by the fire. Only two answer: profit and loss account debit because it is a loss, and trading account credit because goods are going out. Goods stolen. Again the two answer can be there. If insured goods stolen, uninsured goods stolen, depending upon that we have to write down the answer. Just now it is given for the uninsured profit and loss account debit side because it is a loss and goods are going outside, that is why trading account credit side. Goods distributed as a free sample. क्या बेचा? Goods. Goods का account कौन सा? Trading account. Comes in or goes out, goods are going out. Out means trading account credit side. The goods are normally distributed as a free sample for what? Advertisement. Advertisement is the expense, so it will go to the profit and loss account debit side because it is a selling expense. If you remember that in a profit and loss account, we have to write down office, administrative, selling and distribution expenses. So advertisement is a selling expenses, so it will go to the profit and loss account debit side, and it is related to the goods, so trading account credit side. Goods withdrawn by the partners for the personal use, it is a drawings. Again what is given? Goods. So goods बोला तो account कौन सा होना चाहिए? Trading account. Goods comes in or goes out, goods are going out, so trading account credit side. First answer is fixed. Second answer, it is received by the partner, debit the receiver, partner's capital or current account, debit side because they are the receiver of the goods. So depending upon the methods, fluctuating capital method, capital account, fixed capital method, current account, we have to record the answer for the drawings. But the goods withdrawn by the partner is nothing but the drawings. So first answer from the trading account, goods are going out, so trading account credit side, and partners capital or current account debit side. Students, we have just done the half of the adjustments. Still many adjustments are pending because I think we have completed around 15 adjustments. I thought that it is sufficient just now. Next time I will give the rest of the adjustment, explain in a detail. So whatever adjustments are explained to you, please write it down in the notebook so you can remember easily. And thank you so much for bearing with me. Thank you.